Okay, so this class, what we're going to do right now is we're going to do some motivic development. We're going to do some motifs. Using this outline, this skeleton of target tones that we pulled from the melody for Fly Me to the Moon. Okay, the Fly Me to the Moon is cool in that it consistently targets thirds all the way through, except for this little part here. In other words, and we'll just play that as is. Okay, so let's play through. We've played through the target notes as written. What I'd like to do right now is I'd like to precede each target note with a chromatic note from below. All right, so let's try that. And let's pick up the pace a little bit. We've been going 55 beats a minute. Let's try 60. Oops, let's just do it from the beginning. Okay, here we go. On the and of 4, 2, 3, 2, 3. Notice I'm getting the target note right before getting there on the and of 4. There's that non-diatonic target. Here's another one. Okay. Do it again. That again. Let's give it an echo. So I got lost a little bit there. When you heard me improvising there, So there's a few target notes that I didn't like. I didn't really like this one that much, and I actually didn't like this one very much. Let's play through it again. As you're going through this, keep your ears open and see if there's any that just don't sound that strong to you. Let's pick it up a little bit too. Okay, and let's stick with the one below, the one chromatic note below, with the bounce. All right, here we go. And I don't want to do that from there. It's got to be from here. All right, here we go. 2, 3. All right, let's take a little break here. I'm going to duplicate this because I want to do another set of target notes here. Now this one, I think what I'd like to do is just tweak it a little bit. I think what I'd like to do here is for the B minor 7 flat 5, I'd like to stay on, I'd like to go to F. The F is the flat 5 of the B, and I think that that's going to be a pretty good, strong note here. A. Now for this one, that one's good. Now this one, I think I want to use that 5. And for here, I feel like this is really pulling up to the 8. I want to use that right there. I actually want to use the root there. Okay, just because this 7 is pulling so strongly there, and this is kind of this is the resolution point. This is where we come to rest. I know it's not the classic melody note, but I'd like to try that as our target note here. And then I think for here, let's use the this note is the A, which is the 7 in the B minor flat 7 flat 5, and it just makes a nice line. See that we're going right down the line. All right, let's see what that sounds like, and then let's pick up the pace again. So we'll go 75. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and add the echo. Now, we've done 1 belows. Let's do 2 belows. So we can go like, all right? Okay, when we do the echo, just do a 1 below, but we'll do the 2 belows for the first phrase. So we can go like, okay, and you don't have to do this every time, but just mix them in where you feel like it. You can do 1 below or 2 below. Okay, let's do it again. Here we go. Oh, this is the wrong play along here. Well, here let's try this one. Let's just use the jazzy Guitar Pro. Here, let's go up to about. We'll go 75. Here we go. It's a little too loud. Where am I? Ah. Okay, so that's target notes. I didn't hold real true to the motifs that we were using, but basically, if you and you don't have to. How strict you want to be with your motifs or with your third targeting is up to you. I can tell you that there's nothing wrong with being very strict with a motif, and if you always target the thirds and you don't worry about any of the other notes in the scale or the key, that's going to sound great. If you get lost, play chord notes or scale notes until you can find your way back to your motifs, and that is just a really great strategy for developing an impromptu solo, especially if you're using the target notes that belong to the original melody for whatever song you're dealing with. So if I'm going to learn a jazz number, what I learn is I learn the chords, right? I memorize the chords, and I learn a few different voicings of the chords in different positions on the fingerboard. And then I'll learn the bass notes, and I will learn where my thirds are. And I'll also learn if there's any, special chords, right, with nines or with flat fives. And I figure out where those are, and I usually try to do something special. And I also try to identify which chords are not part of the key, right? So that's another thing you want to look at. Oh, and of course, most important, learn the melody. be able to play the melody. All right, so that's your checklist. All right, thanks for practicing with me, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.